Calculus 3 online at Morton College. I am your professor for this class, Dr. Scott Spaniel, and the purpose of this video is just give you a brief introduction to the class so you get off on a good foot at the beginning right away. So let's go ahead and take a look at our Blackboard class, which is where all of the information you need can be found. So obviously, if you're watching this video, you already made your way to this page. So we're just going to walk through these 5 steps to make sure you get off to the on the right start. So first of all, just a couple of things on this page, and then we'll get into that list. So first of all, there's a statement of land acknowledgement. This is something I've started doing of late. I think it's important to recognize that the land we're on has not always been the land owned of America, and so you can read that for a little bit more information on the people that came before. I personally am Dr. Scott Spaniel. I'm a white heterosexual cisgendered man. I have been teaching at Morton College for over a decade, and I'm currently the chair of the math department. So I've been doing this for a while now. I have a bachelor's of arts degree in secondary math education from St. Louis University, a master's of arts degree in mathematics from Eastern Illinois University, and a doctorate of education in college teaching and learning from Walden University. That last one, Walden University, is an online institution, so I actually got my doctorate by taking classes like this online. So I've got, and I've been teaching online classes for a while, even pre-pandemic. So I've got a little experience with this, so hopefully I've created a class here that will help you learn this material on your own time, because this is an online anytime class. At home with me is my wife, Sarah, who is also a doctor of education and works at College of DuPage, our dog, Marley, and who I actually need to change this. I didn't update this one for this class, I guess. My 9-month-old baby now, because she was born this past November here. I'm just going to edit this right now in the middle of this video, because it shouldn't take long, hopefully, as long as it loads faster than that. So yeah, so we've got our 9-month-old Adler at home with us too. So she's learning to do all kinds of fun stuff right now. And for fun, I like to play golf, video games, snowboard, and watch sports. I'm a huge St. Louis Blues and Cardinals fan. I'm actually from Central Illinois, and as you see, I went to school in St. Louis. And then I also root for the Chicago Bears and FC Bayern Munich. So that is a little bit about me. So now that we've talked about that, I'm going to jump into the student preview mode on Blackboard. And we'll go through a few more things here. Oh, that's good to know. So I need to fix that. So some of the things that I just told you were there aren't there. So I'll have to fix that. Anyway, the next thing you want to do is go to the syllabus, and this will tell you all about this course. So make sure you read through this information. And I'm going to just briefly go through it here in this video. So this is an online anytime class, which means you don't have to meet with me at any time. In a classroom setting. You can work on this stuff at your own pace as long as you're finishing it by the due dates. Like I said, I'm Dr. Scott Spaniel. My office is 310B. One note about that. Actually, I'll say that in a second. You can contact me by email. You can contact me on my office phone, or we have a program through the college called Mongoose Cadence. And what it basically does is it creates through an app a phone number you can contact me at. So it's kind of like Google Voice or something like that. So this is not my personal cell phone number. But it is a way for you to contact me either by phone or text when I'm not in my office. You can meet with me. These are my office hours. I'm going to be in my office from 9 to 10 and noon to 1 on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and from 9 to 3 on Wednesdays. You can schedule either an in-person meeting by clicking on this link. And it'll take you to a Google scheduling page where you can sign up for a meeting with me. Or, same idea if you want a virtual meeting. Click on that link and sign up for a virtual time. One note, if you are going to drop by my office, either for a scheduled meeting or not, while the college is just recommending mask requirement, if you would like to meet with me in person, you will need to wear a mask. I am vaccinated, but with the new Delta variant and having a young child at home, safety first. So if you want to meet with me in person, you will be required to wear a mask. So this class builds on Calc 2, which is what the course description basically says. To be in this class, you either pass Calc 2 or you did well enough on the AP exam to be in this class. And here are the learning objectives. So you can read all those. There is a textbook. You don't need to buy the textbook. We're going to be using MyMathLab, and we'll look at that more here in a second. There is free professional tutoring available on campus, so you can check their website to make sure these hours are still correct or give them a call. And then this talks about how this class is going to be taught. Okay, it's a very brief, short introduction to that, but we're going to talk about it here more in a second. So here are all the assignments that are due and how this class is going to be set up. So you can read through each of these, but basically the way this class works is there's a pre-section assignment, which is the basics of that topic. Then there's discussion threads and replies, so you guys can talk about those things. And then then there's going to be section assignments that are more detailed, and then a quiz each week. So every week there will be some pre-section assignments, section assignments, and a quiz, all the way till the end of the semester when we'll have a final exam. And this is how much each one of those counts towards your grade. And then in addition to that, one thing I do for all of my classes is to encourage you to work harder throughout the semester and then give you a break if you do it at the end of the semester. I have my student learning contract. So all this says is if you get 90% or higher on the discussion, so if you do your discussions, you get 90% or higher on the homework, so you do well on the homework, and you get 80% or higher on the weekly quizzes on average, then at the end of the semester, the final exam is only worth 5% of your grade instead of 25%. So if you work hard all throughout the semester and do well, at the end of the semester, you can take a break. You don't really need to worry about the final, because even if you got a 0 on the final, it would only drop you 1 letter grade at the most, and maybe not even that. Grading is on pretty standard. A's are 90s, B's are 80s, and so on scale. And then one really important thing for class requirements, attendance obviously is not required, which I need to update this one. I obviously copied and pasted this and forgot to edit it. But the expectation is that you will have at least a 50% at the midterm, else you will be dropped from the class. Okay, so that's one really important thing to keep in mind. And then this is what we'll be covering in this class. Chapters 12, 13, 14, 15, and maybe a little bit of 16 from the textbook. Okay, so read through that to get a more detail, but there's the quick Cliff Notes version of the syllabus. Whoops, that was not the link I wanted to click. Okay, there we go. So there's some other resources here. There's the office hours link. So you can get to my office hours through here too without going to the syllabus. There's a link to the grade book, which just links to the MyLab grade book, because all of your assignments except the discussions are on my MyMathLab, so that's where I keep your grades. And then there's a link to the discussion forums, which doesn't have anything yet, because the first one of those will pop up once the class starts. So the next thing you need to do is register for MyMathLab, and the directions to do that are here. You've already paid for MyMathLab. It was part of your course fees for this class, so you click on the Brightwave link. And when you click on that, you're going to see a few different things on mine, and on yours you should see different things as well if you have any other classes that are using this. But you've got the textbook if you want to read it, and then you should have a MyLab Math link access card. And so what you want to do is open that up, click copy to clipboard to copy this, and this is the code that tells MyMathLab you've already paid for the class. So copy that, and then back here in Blackboard, clip on MyLab on mastering, and then you'll follow the rest of these directions. So you'll sign in if you already have a Pearson account, or you'll follow the prompts to create one if you don't. When prompted to choose a payment method, this is the important thing. You want to choose access code because you have an access code, and then you're going to paste the access code in there to pay for the class. Okay, so that's how that part works. So once you are registered for MyLab Math, you're ready to go for this class. So then you can get started. So then if you go to week 1, this is what all the weeks are going to look like, basically, although this first week's a little bit different because this first week's going to be a review week just to get everybody else off on the right foot. So the class begins on Monday, August 23rd. You are going to have your first discussions. Your first discussion thread is just going to be getting to know you discussion thread. So you're going to create a thread with a brief introduction, including your program of study. So why are you taking Calc 3? So what are you planning to do? Most of you are going to be transferring. I would guess all of you are transferring. So what are you planning to do after you transfer? And then we're going to play 2 truths and a lie in the comments. Okay. So then you're going to reply and do some replies this week. So you've got replies due on Wednesday and Thursday. Your MyMathLab orientation assignment is due on Friday, and then I've got 2 assignments just to review the basics of derivation and integration through MyMathLab to make sure we're all ready to go on those, right? That's just review. So those are your assignments that are due week 1. And to do the assignments, you'll click down here below. Okay, so a little bit of discussion. Oh, and it occurs to me, I need to check something. But there should be a link for your discussion here as well, which I'll make sure that pops up there if it doesn't already. So I'll add that. Then if you go into week 2, this is what most of the weeks are going to look like. Okay, so you're going to have the pre-section assignments, which here I have listed as being due on Tuesday, so I'm going to check that and make sure those dates are right. But this is what the normal weeks would be. So a pre-section assignment due along with discussion threads, then your discussion replies are due, and then your section assignments are due on Friday, and your quizzes are due on Saturday. And then we start back over with the next week. Okay. And all the links for all those things are down here. Okay. And then I will say, and I need to add this in here too because it's not showing up. But your discussions starting with week 2 will be focused on these pre-section assignments. Okay, so you're gonna do the pre-section assignments, and then you will post a discussion post that is either a thread that is either something you struggled with that you want help with from your classmates or from me, or something you have a tip or you found a good resource that you're going to share with those. And if you do have a tip or a good resource, share why you found it useful. Okay, so I think that's really all we need to talk about for now. We'll get into more details on this. If you have questions, if you have questions, feel free to contact me either by email, and you should be receiving a text message from me after the class starts, just to make sure you understand, have that contact for me as well. The college uses the cell phone numbers you provided and the Cadence platform to allow us to do that. So that's it for now. Hopefully you all have a great semester. And as always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at any time, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Have a good one.